Hi, Jordan Sybrandt, marriage and family therapist here in San Diego. I hope you enjoy this tip. Let's talk about feeling frustrated. Frustration and anger are words that get used synonymously all the time, but the reality is that they're not the same emotion, okay? Anger is something that is expressed outward. Like we talked about, anger is when a boundary has been crossed, and anger is protective. Frustration is different. Frustration is something that's pointed inward, and the message of frustration is, I know I can do better. I have this standard for my life. I have this standard for the way that I'm living or the thing that you're doing, and I'm not meeting it. So frustration shows up to help you highlight your own participation in something that's not going the way that you want it to. If you notice that you're feeling frustrated and you believe it's about somebody else, this can be a really tricky thing to deal with, okay? Because we confuse anger and frustration in culture today, you may believe that you're frustrated because of what somebody else did or because of how somebody else is responding to you, okay? But the reality is that you need to take steps to look at your role in that interaction, your role in that event that you feel frustrated about. And oftentimes, if you really do look, what you'll find is that you didn't speak up. You didn't ask for help. You didn't set that limit or boundary that is required. And so the frustration is with your own inaction, your own passivity in the situation, instead of taking a proactive stance and initiating contact to say, listen, this is what I can do, this is what I can't do. This shows up a lot in relationships, it shows up a lot in the workplace, and it's something that has to get addressed early on, okay? Otherwise, you start to resent yourself, and you may even start to resent other people. And so when people end up coming in for couples therapy or relationship counseling, what happens is that the frustration I've internalized so long and blamed my partner for that I can't see my own responsibility any longer. Or people leave their job because they're so frustrated with their boss or the circumstances that they think it's the job's fault that they feel frustrated, instead of resolving what they have to resolve so that they can move the energy. So frustration is complex, but it is basically anger turned inward, okay? Where you ignore your own boundaries and you ignore your own limits. And frustration can be tough, but you can get through it. You just have to move the energy with action. Jordan Sybrandt, marriage and family therapist, encouraging you to be more of the amazing person you already are.